Okay, hello. Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you
It's
guys.
Friday. It's Friday
Yeah,
again. And it's
yeah.
tea
Woohoo.
time, everybody. Get your tea out. Get your tea. Get your water.
I didn't bring my hat. I mean, I didn't wear it, but I brought it in case anybody wanted
Oh,
to know how to make it.
okay. Well,
I can
tell
ex
us.
I can
Yeah.
explain.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't have a pattern. So what I do, and I was looking at it today. Um, by the way, when I was a little girl, I see this little pom-pom. I would go door to door. I'd make pom poms, a shoebox full of pom poms, and then I'd go door to door and sell them for 25 cents and, offer them for Christmas decorations on their tree. And
Yeah.
I made lots of sales.
When we were little kids, we used to put those pom-poms on our sneakers.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
I
I
bet
would,
you
yeah.
did. Yeah.
Anyway, but the way I did the single, no, this is a double stitch. I went
Okay.
double, single. And, oh gosh. Well,
There is a little hole at the top, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because
Yeah.
I just make a circle.
Yeah.
That's all. And I just kept
Okay.
measuring and have my size, the head size.
Okay.
That's it. And then when you come down, you have to, you increase the stitches and then you decrease the stitches to go down. That's
Ah,
really
yes.
it. But when it comes to around your head, I change the stitch to, that's like a triple
Like a
crochet.
band. Yeah.
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 So that's all. And then I just added another single on the edge. So that's how I did it.
Cool. I think that Ron Unconditional Love to Rose wife should make one for him. And Ron, you need it in like bright pink with polka dots or something. And so, yeah. Or Ron, you could make it yourself. I'm not trying to be sexist here. Men can do knitting just as much as females can.
That is right. That is right.
Yeah.
Because my son was in a Waldorf school and they all, the girls and the boys all learned to knit and crochet. Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm pretty sure my son still remembers how to crochet. Yeah, that's not.
That's not, no, it's not girly girl. Yeah, I
Sometimes
understand.
you have to do it. Hi, Ron. And
Yeah.
false teeth.
Yes, we need kitty ears on them for the pussy hats that we want. Yeah. Hi,
Hi,
Lisa.
Lisa.
No wonder Ron says. No wonder I'm going in circles. That's
Hi,
funny.
Janet. Hi, Flowing.
Yeah. Hi,
Yeah.
everybody. We're so glad you're here. Um,
Gina.
yeah. I have some questions from the board, but there's also a couple things I'd like to talk about. And I saw that we had a question on this board right at the get-go from Joyce. And so I pulled out my pendulum. Do you have a pendulum, Kim?
Ooh, I do. Should I go get it?
Yeah,
Okay,
go
just a
get it.
second.
Yeah, sure. So you can make anything into a pendulum. You can make a necklace that hangs down into a pendulum. And this pendulum just happens to be. I used it the other night on Jen's tarot, and I'm sorry, it's all right. This one's Tiger Eye, and there is a beautiful quartz at the top and at the bottom. So I like it a lot, and it's good if you bring your energy to it, and you can learn how you can what I would call set your pendulum, set it up so that it's ready to be used. So you want to find out what what uh what signal is yes and what signal is no. Isn't yes back and forth usually, and no, it's the other way around. Yes is around and back and forth is a no. And then if it
Yeah,
goes like this, then it doesn't know. It's like,
that's
you
me.
know,
I don't know much.
yeah.
Oh,
So what?
hi, Nancy Jean. Nancy
Yeah.
Jean's
Hi,
here.
Nancy
Hi,
Jean.
Nancy
Yes. Hi, Nancy Jean. So Kim, what kind do you have? What's your stone? What do you got?
Jean. This
Ooh.
is, I have actually lots of different ones, but
Me too.
this has different, I guess it's a chakra system on there, but this is a little
Yeah.
heavy. So
Is it?
so my guys have to be really strong to get this moving. I also have this tiny little fairy one. It's just a little heart. Oops, wait.
Can't see it. Yep. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
And
it
little
is real
fairy
light.
on it. Okay.
Well, no, it's just because I say it's a fairy because it's so
Oh,
light,
okay.
and it's on like fishing wire, kind of, I guess. And
Okay.
it's easy to move. But you know what I use a lot for on the pendulums is over the chakras,
Okay. Just to
because
see if
to
they're
test the
clear or not.
chakras, you see, on my third eye, you know what's interesting? Yeah, so there's I do my and my throat's
Nice.
always like this. And I feel like my throat's fine, but my chakra, when I test it, hi T Bar, hi Lorraine. But yeah, and even so here's an interesting thing. Before and after meditation is a great time to do it,
Okay.
because meditation tends to open up the chakras.
Uh-huh.
So it's a really
Yeah,
nice
I
time to,
believe that.
and of course, if you don't like the results, you just move it yourself.
Don't tell everybody that.
But actually, you can use a crystal, like on a
Yeah.
crystal on the bottom here, and that's another way to open your chakras.
Okay.
You can do this. It's different than opening with your hand. Opening your hand is a little different. I think that's more
Hmm.
deeper to me.
Deeper with the energies. Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're going, and then you can go into the 7 layers of the chakras. But if you have just
Okay.
a pendulum, it usually is just the first layer. But at
Okay.
least it gets it flowing,
Yeah.
gets it going. So
So
yeah,
if
I
you
like to
don't
do it.
have a pendulum, but you have a necklace on a chain that's sort of, you can do it with a necklace, can't you?
Right. Oh
Couldn't you?
yeah.
You could.
You
Yeah.
can do it with a tea bag.
Oh, can you? Okay.
Yeah, tea bag,
Yeah.
anything that
Yeah.
hangs.
Hangs. Okay. So
Yeah.
that, and it seems like, you're not making it go. It seems like sometimes you feel like you are, but once you get the hang of it, you'll feel more comfortable with it and you'll understand how it works for you. But do you think, Joyce asked the question, can you use it to talk to your guides? And will it help you with intuition or clairaudience? What do you think, Kim?
I think so because well, anything that focuses your attention on an object, even if this was, it doesn't matter what it is. It can be a rock. It can be you're focusing on your attention as you're focusing on a glass of water, for instance, even or your pendulum. Um, your guides can talk to you because you're focusing. It could be the same as a candle, right? So you're focusing. But then, to me, if you want to talk to your guides that way, make sure the pendulum is light enough because, like, this is a little bit heavy. That's why I have my little fairy one because it moves easier. So, and also what I noticed too, you think you're not moving your arm, but sometimes the guides or your messengers, whoever your guiding force is, it could be angels, right? Or maybe they're the ones moving your arm. They're the ones that make it, you know what I mean? So go with the flow on that. But also I think it's practice. I don't use it so much for yes, no questions.
I don't
I
either.
just
No. Yep. So some people have said that their pendulum works in a different way. Their yes is this way. That's fine. Whatever system that you have set up to get your messages. And yes, was it T Barb said, I usually I usually get my answers depending on what I want, right? That's why I won't read my cards for myself because I'm like, oh, it really doesn't mean that. It means this. So I don't do that.
Yeah, or you keep pulling the card. They're like, "Oh yeah, I don't believe these cards. I'm going to pull the card till I get the right card." And then who is it? Lisa says she can't dangle her cat by the tail. Oh
I'd like to
my God!
dangle the puppy sometimes because she drives me crazy. I had her in one of those little tiny playpen type things for them that zips. And at night she's fine in there, but she doesn't go in there during the day. So I'm sitting here in the other room and I hear this kaboom and she has moved the I'm sorry, she moved the playpen all the way to the door and down the stairs. I know.
Oh, oh no!
She's
Wow.
okay, but I can't leave her in there. She'll be in here in a minute if I did, but so I pulled out and I hate putting her in a crate, but yesterday she was awful when I was trying to work with Andy, so I just decided that was going to be that.
Oh darn! And how old is she now?
She's 5 months, yeah. So, Squadio Data MJ, I have a question here that you asked that we're going to bring up as well, but I'm sorry to hear you have to put your dog Roscoe to rest.
Oh wow!
And I'm going to include him in the prayers that we say today because I've got some prayer requests. And honey, we've all had to do it. I'm sure you've probably had to do it before, MJ, but it's never easy. And I'm glad that you're here wallowing with love and light, and know that we are standing behind you and beside you during this journey, because we know how hard it is. So
Yeah, we should all send Roscoe some healing too. And hi,
definitely.
Jen. Hi, Jen.
Hi,
Janet,
Jen.
Andrea.
Wow, everybody's here. All right, so let's go ahead and start with by doing the prayer of one, and then I've got two names. We'll go with Roscoe as well, and anybody else that has anyone that they would like to send energy and love to, that would be wonderful. So this is the prayer of one. It's on my community board, and we did it last week. We are all one. When one is harmed, all are harmed. When one is helped, all are healed. Therefore, in the name of who I am, and I am one with all, I ask that only that which is of the highest good of all concerned happen here and now and through all time and space, and I give thanks that this is done. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Amen. Beautiful.
Afterwards, I want to talk a little bit about the I am as well, but I don't want to do that right now. Right now, let's go ahead and send some love and light to Tanya, Starfish's friend, who is a perfectly wonderful nurse with COVID. She has 105 temperature or something like that, or 101. I'm sorry, I don't want to exaggerate here, but she's not doing well, and she's a servant of others. So I'd like to send it to her and to Tuena's neighbor, a little 5-year-old girl named Tamara, who has COVID as well. And then we'll send love and light to MJ and Roscoe, for him to have a wonderful transition, and also for MJ to be able to release, I guess, any fears that she might have.
I see a beautiful relationship between MJ and Roscoe.
That's nice.
Beautiful. It's
Lots
not
of
going to
colors.
end. Yeah, a lot
No,
of pink. A lot of pink.
a lot of pink.
It's almost like rolling over, like I see the last eye, the last look in your eyes kind of thing.
Yes.
And then just like so happy to be able to go. Really, I feel like this has been a love, it's a love relationship here, special. So,
Yes,
but
that's
there's joy.
beautiful.
There's joy that's rolling over,
Yep.
and Roscoe knows, and it just let's. I wonder if he's going to be there to meet Roscoe.
Well, I did read that heaven is the one place that we will meet all the dogs and cats that we have ever loved.
Oh yeah,
And
absolutely.
the Rainbow Bridge and everything. But I have a little sign that reminds me of that, because I have a lot of ashes, over my time. But I still won't. I must get another dog. That's just me. I can't turn away from animals. I love them too much. But it's very hard for a lot of people to not replace, but to bring in a new member of the family. So anyway.
But I do feel I feel like there's an older man, a gentleman meeting Roscoe to help catch Roscoe. But I feel like Roscoe knows exactly where he's going, and knows just like such a joy. Oh gosh.
That my dog did the same thing, Chris. Yeah. She did. She looked up at me, and it was like, "It's all right, Mom. It's all right." And then she just kind of smiled. Yeah. That's wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody. That was great. So, anything you'd like to say here this morning?
No, just that I'm noticing that there's a lot of discombulation. Wait, just hard to integrate our energies. This week and last week, I've noticed a lot of I don't know. Anyways, things aren't integrating so well, but it's not just on the outside of the world. I feel like it's on the internal as well. So I want people to, and I have a video somewhere kind of that might help if I can get it up on YouTube. I've recorded it. Just to this is a hard time. And to be patient with oneself and to still love oneself. No, and try not to compare or anything how you're doing versus I like that word discombobulation. That's it. Yeah. Um, give yourself a pat on the back for even being here, and being witness to all this that we're going through because it's a lot of stuff. A lot. Yeah. And so the question, um, so we're all in it together. And so it's nice to have support like here. It's nice to have support wherever you can find support. Um, I think that makes a difference. And of course, a nice cup of tea.
Yeah, so I don't drink tea a lot, but I do love it. And here's cheers to a cuppa for my British friends. But I love a London fog that you make with Earl Grey tea, some vanilla flavoring, and some milk. Or if you can get the froth, that's even better. Um,
Mhm.
yeah. So Lorraine and Chris, it's a hard time feeling like a shift. It is a shift. It does feel emotional.
Okay.
Chris, are we failing? Are we a family failing?
No.
No, I don't think so because we're showing up like Chris said. I mean, like Kim said. Yeah, you say.
Yeah, I know, but it's a difficult time. And I
It is.
think, yeah, just showing up because I've known so many people this week even say, I don't think I want to do this anymore. And I mean, God, I'm gonna move. What about Ecuador, right? What about the South Pole, the North Pole?
What about Venus?
Don't they have condos yet on the moon? But
Oh, come on. Yeah.
so there's a lot of that kind of people want. I mean, it's just hard. And my friend of mine who lives in Portland, Oregon, says even in the last 2 years, the anger in Portland has escalated. People are not just honking; now they're getting out of the car and yelling at each other. It's that kind of a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. In New England, when you go down to Massachusetts, people will drive in front of a car to stop you so that they can turn. I mean, they're very aggressive, let's put it that way. And they're also like this, and they're tooting their horn all the time. I remember stopping at a Dunkin' Donuts once. I'm in the drive-through window. I pay the lady, and immediately the person in front of me lays on the horn, and I'm like, I haven't even got my coffee yet. Yeah. So I can't imagine what that energy, how that is escalating, because there are people already very angry. And if that's escalating even more, I don't know. It just doesn't feel very good.
Yeah, I mean, in the hospice world, there's no beds, right? So taking people to the hospital if they have to go to the hospital. I mean, it was pretty hard last weekend. The last 2 weekends were pretty hard that way.
Yeah.
I had to take a patient to the hospital, and when I went into the waiting room of the ER, everybody was in the waiting room, and they were getting all their vitals checked and everything in the waiting room.
Mhm. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
very difficult time.
Well, the other thing is they're now some of the places that are really bad with COVID, they're saying they would be coming into you and saying, okay, you're not looking so good on this ventilator and you are this age. So we're going to take you off and put somebody younger on. And that's where we are right now. It's pretty scary. It really is.
Yeah. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Travels.
Yeah.
Hi.
No, and yes, I agree. Not all of Massachusetts is that way. I apologize if everyone thinks so. But where I was living, I lived in Lynn, which is near Boston, and I grew up in New Hampshire. So I've been in that experience for a long time. But anyway, no, anything that I say doesn't refer to everybody. So, um, all right.
Yeah.
I just wanted to talk a minute since we were just doing that about the I am. And I'm not a Christian scholar or any of that stuff, but I know that when Moses went to get the Ten Commandments, I think he asked the burning bush who they were, and the burning bush was God and said, "I am who I am. I am who I am." Yeah, that's what he said. And the other thing is we say, "I am that." And and so whenever we use the words I am, it's almost like a prayer that we're sending out, and it's a mantra that we bring to ourselves. So if we say I am frustrated, Guess what? Because words are the single most powerful force available to us. They have power to help us, heal us, hinder us, hurt us, harm us, humiliate us, and humble us. And that's not my thoughts. That's the thoughts of Florence Scovel Shinn, which who I read her book about the I am. But yeah, be careful what you put after I am. Try to say I am happy, I am prosperous, I am healthy. I am very hard to do but you have to act as though it's already happened. Yeah. So.
And I just want to remind everybody to love themselves as I am today. And you say, as I am today. Yeah. And I saw Roscoe is going to be greeted by the grandfather.
Oh. All right, MJ, you're gonna feel good about that. I think. No,
Oh
your
yeah.
grandpa will take good care of
Well,
Roscoe.
yeah, it's Roscoe's dad, but it would
Oh,
be
it's Roscoe's
no, not Roscoe's dad, but Roscoe's grandfather.
MJ. Right, MJ's dad. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Wow. Okay, so I've got a few questions we can do, and then if we have more time later, we can do some colors or some one card readings or whatever it is you'd like to do. You know, we
Okay.
try to be, yeah, we try to be. Oh, good. Thanks, El Bissonette. I appreciate it. I was born in Massachusetts, so okay. Sherry Calton-Bourne asked this question. She would ask us to pray for her daughter Jacqueline, who is recovering from TBI. I don't know what that trauma brain injury. Would that be traumatic brain injury? Yeah. Okay. Our family is healing from this trauma, and they want to send support to her and love and ask her to love herself. And if there's any guidance, and for the highest good of all concerned. So, Jacqueline, Sherry's daughter, with a traumatic brain injury, recovering.
See a lot of angels.
Mm.
I see gold and white angels around her, and I'm getting the chills as I say that. They're also saying it's almost like she's doing this as a teaching the family. She's a teacher in this way. It was sort of like as the reason that it happened is that she's teaching the family. I think it's about unconditional. I hear unconditional love. So just sending her golden white light. She is actually, she seems okay. You know what I mean? Like she's okay. Like the daughter is okay, but I think the family is really upset. That's what it feels like to me. My mother's spirit.
Um,
Yes.
I sometimes things happen to others in our family, and it is a family lesson or a family agreement. I want to say no one wants to agree to anything like that, but you know, I think it's something for the family. It's a hard lesson. Yeah, of course, they are teaching moments, definitely. So here we got surface, and we've got somebody that looks like they're lying underwater, but it's definitely, you know, water is the subconscious, so it could be the subconscious mind. It looks like she might be coming up to the surface with regard to being able to do the work that, you know, or come back to being as normal as possible for her. And I absolutely want to send her lots of love and healing. And the family needs to heal as well. The family needs to realize probably there was nothing that could have been done any differently, and to stop blaming themselves if there is any blame being shared. All right. There was a question here. We can take it. Let's see. Yes, Patty M, I know. Do you know if they can see this? I think they can see the spirits. I was thinking they could see them all the time, can't they?
It depends on the dog.
Okay.
I mean, just like people, some are more intuitive than others, but I know they often do. it's not unusual because they're more in touch to earth. I think it depends on their environment too, right? If you live in an environment that's maybe the TV is on all the time, I mean, constantly loud, that might not be conducive for the dogs even opening up to their intuition, just like, for people too. So I remember my cat when my dog was about to, that night before she passed, my cat looked up. I knew she was seeing the angels, and I knew it was because of my dog. And my dog wasn't even sick, but I knew that what was happening. And she just died suddenly. Yes, yeah. And we also, yeah, they get scared easier too than we do. Sometimes they see different spirits than we do.
When my dog was really bad, really sick, my other dog attacked her, and it was really awful. But I remember asking the veterinarian what's going on, and they said they don't like sick in their tribe. They want to get, go along. You're sick, you should die, that kind of thing. I didn't like that too much because that was my baby and I wanted to hold on as long as I could, and I did. But it was really hard to watch the other one being so cruel to her for no reason. She didn't do anything. She wasn't in their way or anything. So, yeah, Andrea, you're so right. We love, I've been watching some of the 9/11 stuff over again. There was one called The Memory Box, and it was so fascinating because, like, 20 years ago, people went in and told their accounts fresh to this group of people, and they didn't have anyone in the room. They just taped it, and they found those people and brought them back 20 years later, and brought us up to date with how it changed them and so on. And everything that they talked about, this one person said that this Hasidic Jew, young boy, offered to take them home to take a shower and have his mother would make them lunch and all that. He was trying so hard because he was just a teenager. And he said they didn't say anything to me. They didn't do anything. They just sat there. Of course, they were in trauma, so they just. But he took a picture of the two women, and the two women were able to find him later on and tell him what a difference that made. That this young boy who didn't know who they were, and even though they didn't say anything or go with him, the fact that he did that was a very loving thing. And people are very loving in those situations. It's too bad we can't have that more often. And not the problem, but just loving in every situation. Not having to have some kind of a terrible situation. So.
Yeah. Thank you, Allie.
Yep. Harry's mom. Okay. Betty Max. Charlie passed in 2010. Her schnauzer. Is he still around? I think so, Betty Max. Yeah, Kim?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I see. Very playful, a little mischievous. God, yes, absolutely. He's like your right rib or something. That's what I feel like. He and he's with a woman. I think there's I don't know if it's your mom or who this is that has him also. You know how they always go to a family member, to keep them safe and everything. But he's with a lady. I think it might be a mom or a grandma. But anyway, he's having a wonderful time. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you have another dog now. I kind of don't think you do, but anyway, he's loving everything that you do. He's with you all the time. Yeah.
That gives me goosebumps because I have people when I've gone to a psychic before, they've said, "Oh my God, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dogs are sitting around here, and one's a corgi." I mean, they even pointed out what kind of dogs, and it was like, yeah. And when I was just beginning to believe in lots of that, animal return and so on, it was just such a comfort to me to know they were still there and had been gone for a long time. Yeah. I'm going to offer this question, then I'm going to go shut my air conditioner off because it's way too loud. So Teddy Laurent is asking for some advice. She wants to connect to her intuitive artist soul. She said she's been numb, sort of in a void for 16 years. She feels like bricks are on top of her. She's tried lots of things, including classes and so on. What's standing in her way, she wants to know.
Thank you. I don't know why I'm feeling like movement would be really helpful, Teddy. It's not just, there's also a belief system, and there's also, I see three things. A person that's on the spirit world. I don't know if you're trying to connect to one particular person. I feel like it's a male, that there's a, I don't know if it's a discord, but something to be just like healed, that some healing to happen with this one male on the other side. I also feel like movement would help. The spirit thing, though, is really important. And there was one other thing. Believe in yourself. You're getting messages, by the way. I think you'd be really good at writing, and I see this being but you're very good at you're also good at not trusting yourself. So undoing that. But there is a man on the spirit world that wants some heat. That I feel like if you heal that relationship or whatever this is, that would go a long way. I hope that makes sense. Please let us know too, because it's kind of hard to know with what I'm saying makes sense. Yeah, thank you.
So I pulled a Power of Surrender card, and they're beautiful cards by Judith Orloff. A lot of people use them when they have some sort of a emotional blockage, or they feel like they need, what do I need to do question. And that's kind of what you had. And, we could all use this. It says to surrender your ego. And, your ego doesn't have to be, well, I'm all that in a bag of chips. I'm wonderful. It doesn't have to be that blatant. It can just be, you can't get out of your own way. You can't start to listen to what spirit wants to say because you're too controlled by the outside environment. This says to cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and make sure it comes from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility, being humble, can further what you'd like to do. Again, very important message, I think. There's a difference between ego and hubris as well. Hubris is pride and, I know everything and that kind of thing. I'm not saying that you do, but you're trying too hard, perhaps, to take the classes, to do this, to do that. And instead of trying so hard, relax and let spirit help you out.
Yeah, I agree with that, Allie. I still think somehow there's a healing.
Healing.
I can tell you, well, here's an example. This is going to be maybe more than you guys want to know. But I was taking a class. It was a mediumship class. And I went in feeling really good. And I came out like I lost all my abilities.
It can happen.
Yeah. And you know what somebody did for me? Just a few days, well, maybe a week or two later. There's somehow, I know this is weird. There was like some attachment. I know this is, and so some energy was kind of, actually kind of sort of came from the teacher. I don't know. We sort of, but it had us a little bit because we believed differently. Like they didn't believe in animals in the spirit world. I'm like, how could you not believe in animals? I mean, you know what I mean? Yeah. There was a lot of like that. And so then all she did, she just cut it out. And then I was back to like normal. I know that's weird.
We are connected by invisible strings to people, to events, to animals, to all those things. And when you're having a really hard time, or you want to, with my ex-husband, my third husband, it was too much. I couldn't take it. I couldn't take the feeling. So I did a ceremony where I cut all the strings that were attached to him from me. And it does sound funny. But it was very freeing. I felt a lot better. It was like lifting up a big boulder off my shoulders. So I'm going to ask this question because it's so darn cute. You have a cat, Forrest, and a dog, Tucker. And Forrest came from the woods when he saw the puppy Tucker for the first time. They looked relieved to see. They weren't they in the same spirit family, Kim? Were they? You got to put on your mic, hon. That's okay.
Sorry. I think, I don't know, are they still alive? I think they are. But I guess, but anyway, definitely see they're definitely like sister and brother. Yeah, and like they've had past lives before. Absolutely. They just like, whoop. Oh my God. Wow. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful story. Somebody was asking about a daughter's brain tumor. That might take a little, I don't know if I want to do that here on a public, it might be better to do it private to talk about that. I'm so sorry. But we can definitely, I'll send healing to her. Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Anybody that needs any kind of healing for their family or for trauma or for any friends, whatever, just put that in there and know that we are going to send them some love. Yeah.
I do feel like it's very on that brain tumor thing. I know I see a lot of worry in the family about that.
Mhm.
But the daughter feels at peace somehow to me. Anyway, let's just send her white. There we go. Oh,
It's a loyalty for you. Yeah. She feels the family loyalty.
she's tried so hard to. Yeah, she's really tried to put on a good face. You know what I mean? Yeah. Thank you. And I saw somebody was wanting their color read. Who was that? Oh, I forgot. Somebody's asking for colors just a few minutes ago, and I know it was purple and blue when I saw whoever it was.
It was actually, I think they said, can my dog send me colors? Oh, here it is. Does my angel poodle lace have a color for me?
Have a color for you. You know, dogs don't see in color, but maybe they do in their mind.
Uh-huh.
Green. I get green. Green. I don't know. I just get green.
This is true. I knew this, Andrea, about the 12-step program. Easing God out. Upon further, I realized easing God is that of my own essence, because we do have God within. And that's why in that sort of, we are all one, we are all a part of the divine spark, right? So that's wonderful.
And I see Harry's mom was the color reading. Yes, that's where I saw Harry's mom. I see the purple and blue around you,
Mm-hmm.
and actually gorgeous colors. I'm going to say vibrant. I'm saying beautiful. And even as I'm seeing it even getting bigger. So the blue is definitely, like you say, Harry's mom. I mean, it's the mom energy, really big. But I see the purpley on the outside. Gorgeous. Oh my God. You're definitely a blue purple life color, and also your spiritual seeker kind of beautiful there. I'm seeing white around your throat. I'm not sure I get white here.
Uh-huh.
I think you could speak more. That's what I think.
Ah.
I don't know if you're a teacher or something, but something about the throat. I don't know. See what that means to you. I'm seeing white, but it's beautiful. It's like you speak God's love. That's what it is. You're here. It's like you speak the light of God.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Good for you. Wow. I've got 3 more questions and then we can do more colors, but just let me get these done. And by the way, if you want questions, please, there's a spot on my community at Heart and Soul Connected where we can have questions for Kim and I for next week. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's a really good question. I really like this question. Jasmine LP asked this question. She said, as a medium, are there any guidelines, precautions, or protocol to follow when bringing through and speaking to those people who crossed over? She says she means particularly instances where deceased have caused harm to others. And there's another question, but I'm going to give you this one first.
Okay. So. Well, that's a big question.
It is a big question.
We could spend a month on that, but
yeah.
But the short answer is, first of all, a medium should be working for the spirit world. And even though the sitter has come in, asking, you're kind of in between, right? That's what a medium is. You're in the middle, but the spirit world is coming in for healing. So the medium's job is to bring healing to both parties usually. And so if the spirit communicator has come in that has done a lot of damage, let's say, to the family or whatever, They will almost always be apologetic and they're coming in for healing. So see if the sitter is ready for that. Sometimes sitters aren't ready, and then you have to maybe postpone it a bit. But that's what I would do. I would be cautious both ways.
And then you're also asking, before you even go in to something like this, you're asking for protection. Isn't that true? You're asked for the protection of angels, guardians, ancestors, whatever.
Well, personally, I don't.
Okay.
Okay.
It
I
just
personally
depends on the
just know.
person.
I know I'm
Okay.
protected.
Okay.
When I sit before a reading, then I
Mm-hmm.
call in my guides and angels. I mean, but
Okay.
I don't say, can you please protect me? Because what am I being protected from? I
Right.
know
Okay.
it's only of the light. And
Mm-hmm.
I always ask for the messages of hope and healing to come through. And I just
Right.
put that intention and then that's it. I mean, I I don't I
Okay.
don't work I don't
That's
work out
beautiful. I mean,
outside of that.
that's the way it should be. Don't you think that, you're not there to do any harm. You're only there to do good. So, you go in there with that intention. And I think intention is everything. Um,
Mhm.
she asks also, does just talking about someone that's dead or passed call them to you?
Yes,
It does? Okay.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, or even working with the photo album, their pictures, or anything
Uh-huh.
like that. If you move their pictures around in the house, or you look at their picture, or just thinking about them, absolutely it brings them in because everything is through, communication through
Yeah.
thought and spirit.
Yeah. Well, that's why sometimes when I think about my brother, I get all these little tiny crazy things that happened because he was a trickster.
Ah,
So
yeah.
yeah, he did trickster things,
Hmm.
but I loved it. It was great.
Hmm.
All right. So Gwen is asking, do we have a message from her spirit guides? She said that her sister Jane is on a kidney replacement wait list, and is going to dialysis right now. And so that's mostly what she would like to hear about, if possible.
About her sister Jane
Yes,
and the
Gwen's
patient, I mean,
sister.
and
Gwen.
Gwen.
Gwen. Mhm.
Okay. I just feel like there's going to be more patience is needed, unfortunately. Um, I feel like it might happen though, but
Mhm.
I feel like there's more patience. I feel also that she's not feeling that good, the sister.
I'm sure.
Um,
Yeah.
like her energy is kind of low right now, and maybe even mentally, her mood is low.
Wow.
But I feel like it's going to be. I don't know. It just feels like it's going to work out.
Okay.
Yeah, patience. I hope that helps.
I have pulled a card from the Work Your Light, Rebecca Campbell, and it is Anna, grandmother of Jesus, is seeding the light and laying foundations for the divine plan. So you've got Anna on your side, and I know that Kim has Mother Mary as one of her. So you don't have to necessarily be Christian or believe in any. You can have a guide that is. So Anna is her guide. So okay. This is from MJ. She had she's the one with Roscoe, but she had this on the thing. Um, Her brother Terry passed from pancreatic cancer a few years ago. The relationship had been previously damaged because he believed some um, non-truths slash lies and fabrications of a monetary inheritance that they apparently got. She wonders if he knows now.
Okay, and the brother's name is Terry. Did you say? I didn't bring my paper with
Yes,
me.
MJ is the lady and Terry is her brother that
Oh, he's
passed. Yeah.
laughing about it.
Oh,
I
is
think
he?
he's absolutely laughing, like how wrong he was, kind of thing. Like he has a sense of humor about it now.
Uh-huh.
Like, thank you. Um, okay, he's also showing me he's got the books. He's looking at the financials. He sees it way. He definitely sees it. He sees everything now. Is what he's showing me, as if he had the financial books. That's what he's showing, and he's sort of laughing about his naivety a bit on this and wishes. I guess he wished. Maybe there were some wishes that he had. I don't know, but he just now he's thinking it's funny.
They're
Thank
in
you.
that all-knowing state up there. I've told you before about my friend Charles, who was this very devout Catholic man that worked with me. And he would laugh with me and say, "How's Buddha doing?" You know, things like that. And when he came through with one of my mediums he said, "You were right about everything." And he never did that because he's was really like a PhD in everything. And yeah, he sucked it up once he got there and realized. So Barbara Odom asks, why do some people dream in color and others see dreams in black and white?
Oh, I don't know the answer. I just think some people do, and I don't know why that is. I've heard this before, that some people do, and some people have more brilliant colors, and it's got to be some kind of chemical thing in the brain, and it could even be our genetics as well. I wonder if it's genetics, just like some people are colorblind. Um, so, and I do know that like certain things in the family run down, and I don't. Yeah, I would be interesting to know if there's other people in the family that have the same trait.
Or you could blame it on the fact that you grew up with a black and white television until you went to college. I didn't even see The Wizard of Oz. You know, when they get to Oz, they turn everything in color. I didn't see that part until then. Oh. All right. Thelma would like a color reading, please.
Thank you, Thelma, and thank you for the super chat. I think that's what you call it, right? I don't even know if that's what you call it. That. Okay, Thelma. I see a lot of rose and red and pink. Beautiful, actually, beautiful pink around you, dear. I feel like, man, if you don't embody unconditional love, nobody would. That's how I feel. You really are a giver, almost to this point of self-sacrifice, right? I don't know, just beautiful. I almost see these arms also going out, just this rose, pink, light red. But you also have blue over your head. So this tells me, dear, I believe also that Mary, who's one of mine, is with you well in all your giving. That you've got strength from her because she sees this, and so she's also one of your helpers. I hope you can understand that, Thelma.
Thanks, Kim. And thanks to Betty Max for your donation in the super chat. I appreciate it, Betty. Ooh, look at this, Thelma. This is called space. And Kim was right. You got a lot of beautiful colors all around you. I just love the yellows and reds and golds and blues. Just following you all. Fabulous.
I want to encourage her to make sure she takes care of herself.
Okay. Self-care, Thelma.
Yeah.
Actually, everybody in the chat, self-care. Everybody everywhere, self-care.
Especially now.
Yeah, especially now. We can't take care of other people if we don't take care of ourselves. Honestly, it's very important. And Aspie, you are absolutely right. There's no such thing as other. We are one. Whatever happens to us, however we treat other people, is how we treat ourselves. And so we have to treat ourselves with tenderness and care. And that's really hard when you get upset with people. That's when you do the Ho'oponopono prayer. And, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Say it for yourself. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Ginny, I'm so very sorry. Let's say some prayers for her. And hopefully she'll feel a welcoming sense of relief. There's a lot of fear that's associated with dying. And if we can know that we're going to a better place, I think it makes it easier for us.
Yeah, I feel there's still anger here. She's not quite ready. She hasn't, at least from my perception, she's not quite ready to let go because she's still mad about getting it, I think. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Makes sense. All right. Anybody else want any kind of color readings? Oh, here's one. Watcher. Watcher would like one, please.
Hi, Watcher. Okay, Watcher. Great, I see that picture. I hope that's you. A lot of green. Ooh. Okay, and also the green is not only earth energy, but it's fairy energy. It's I don't know, it's a beautiful, I see it almost like encapsulating your upper, like you would be a green life color, or at least this is what it's showing right here. Now, also I'm hoping that you can understand that you love nature. I do think you're more of a blue green. You have a blue and green. You're like blue in the background, green in the front. And I feel you're a healer as well, whether you know it or not. I feel like this green is coming in as a healing because it's that same green that I get with healers. It's a lush green, like grass green. So that, which means you could be a healer with your hands. You could also be a healer with your voice.
So I pulled a card and it says specialization, and there is some green in there, and some blue in there. You are a healer. Look at that. It's like production of these beautiful butterflies all around you. And look at the heart. Absolutely gorgeous. So specialization is the word. You have a special gift that you can give to the world.
I love
Thank
that. It
you.
also looks very fairy-like, almost the little fairies around there. That was, I mean, yeah, that's what I feel like. She's just
And she's
beautiful,
nature, so she's outside. And yeah,
beautiful.
absolutely.
And
Yeah.
Jenny can understand about her friend. Yeah, she's mad at herself. Until she can release that, I don't think she's going to be, she's going to need to get that kind of resolved. Hope people can, help her with that. And somebody was asking about what happens at the time of death. Well, it's never the same for everybody is different.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when they passed, when they understood everything. Well, you hope, right, Chris?
You hope they do.
But it does have to be this point of letting go of the anger, letting go of attachments, letting go, and knowing that when you're letting go, then you've got this. Then by then you're already aware of the other world, and they're helping you to let go as well. So when you're in touch with the spirit world, they help you let go.
Mm-hmm.
But the other day, I put this on a video, somebody who just passed, 5 minutes after he passed, there was two lights. They took it with their camera, two lights over him. So like one light came to meet him. So there's always, again, you don't know who's going to meet you, whether it's your pets or your angels or your departed loved ones. There's always a party though. I can almost guarantee that there's a party.
Yeah.
And people, so what I noticed actually too, I'll just say this. I mean, I could go for 20 years talking about this, but when I start seeing people change their clothes as they're getting closer to dying, and let's just say when I see them maybe a week before they die, they had their regular clothes on, their everyday work clothes or whatever. But within 24 hours of passing, the family comes in dressed up, the spirit world people. They've put on their tuxedo or their nice outfits or their dresses or whatever, and they've changed because they're excited to have the party.
Mm-hmm.
So I see that's pretty awesome to say. I always say, well, I know it's 24 hours because here they are, they've changed their clothes.
Wow.
And the blue
I
and green.
just want,
Yeah.
yeah. And you don't happen to live in Seattle, do you? That's the Seahawks colors, I believe, blue and it's green and white and all that. Okay. Anyway,
Well,
I'm not a, I'm not a.
well, you know what, Allie? So a lot of people will decorate their house colors with their life color or their aura
Oh,
colors.
they will.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very common. I always wonder how that works out when you've got different people with different life colors.
My daughter always wanted a purple car and a purple house and all that when she was younger, but she's very reserved now. But at that time, that was her color. She wanted that. Yeah. So I understand. Yeah. And we have a Seattle Derby fan here, and she wonders if you can look at her colors, please.
Seattle Derby fan.
Thanks to everybody also for the donations.
Yes, thank you. I'm seeing a yellow and orange around you. Okay, and I think you might be more of a yellow life color, which is about learning and wisdom and this connecting. Also, if it depends on if you're a golden yellow, is a little more on the like learning about spirit. But also, if I'm seeing this orange, and it's more in your lower part of your body, the orange. But it reminds me though that you're coming into something new. When I see orange, it means something new in 6 months, like some new adventure, some new plan. Something's going to switch. Like you're not going to be steady of what you're doing now. But you also have a beautiful, I know we're talking about the yellow, but I see a gold like ray right here. So your wisdom is about spirit too. Yeah, it's a desire. You have a deep desire to know spirit better. So I'll just leave you with that.
Wow. And I got here, emotional balance is necessary for you, but it's necessary for us all at this point. I mean, we're all really having a difficult time, but this is your specific area that you need to balance yourself out a little bit more. And there is yellow right in the heart of this card. So there you go. Thank you. Oh, you're in Florida. Okay, Watcher. Thanks.
Sorry about that, Joyce.
Mike.
I accidentally turned myself on my mute. But I see a lot of blue. I feel like there's a medium potential here if you're not already a medium. This communication with spirit world, I think, would be very strong with you. Is also devotion and wisdom in the blue. It's a beautiful. It's not religious, but it's like a sacredness around you. That's what I feel with you, Joyce. Okay, and so let me see what else, Joyce. Also, I understand you to be a good speaker. I hope you can understand this. Please let us know if this does make sense. It is hard to, see the name and see the J and then connect. You know what I mean? but I feel like you're also a good speaker. Like you would speak the truth, and actually, maybe even to the point of maybe sometimes a little too blunt. Okay.
All right. I pulled a card from the Work Your Light, and it's from the Pleiades, which is a star system. It says that you have a double mission to channel and uplift humanity. And I mean, it's a gorgeous card. So perhaps Kim is right that there is something that you need to say. And channeling can be, you can go into a trance and channel, but we really channel lots of stuff that we think we thought of, but it's from spirit. It's been, it's funny because yesterday when I was with Andy, he said, your name, Heart and Soul Connected, when you came up with that name, he said, that wasn't your decision. That was, spirit. I said, I absolutely agree, because I didn't have to think about it. This is what my channel's name was going to be. And it wasn't like I had to think about, oh, well, should I try this? I just knew. And that happens to me an awful lot with a lot of things. I just know immediately. And I know it's not me. I know it's being given to me by the higher powers. Yeah. All right. So Andrea wants to know, do colors we reflect change?
Of course. Yes. So Andrea, yeah, I mean, and I know I've said this before, our life colors don't change. So we have this basic life color that we're born with that stays with us always. But of course, our auric field can change. It can change by our mood. It can change by any illnesses or joy or depression or activity, what you're thinking about. Yeah, of course, it changes with medicine. I know I just always remember this. So I think I've said it before, but I had a lady, she was on a fentanyl patch, for a pain patch, and she was falling. So we thought, well, let's try no fentanyl. The minute I took the fentanyl patch off, her auric field went from gray to blue, like just like that. So her system still had the fentanyl in there, but that was telling me that she was much better off without that patch. It was just that instant. Okay, so yes, it can change. Absolutely.
All right, I've got Suzanne Fortier, and let me look. I think this might be our last one for today. Let me see. I got one more that I'll do after this. All right.
Oh, okay, Suzanne. I get a beautiful, almost like pastel-y. I see pink, I see blue, I see yellow. A lot of angel energy around you. It's almost like you're an angel on earth. I can actually even imagine that you've got wings. But it's this in that same blue, except I see it as a little lighter blue that where your S is. I see it as more of a pale. And I also feel a lot of confidence in how you handle working with spirit. I feel very secure with that you know you're working with the angels, that you're on their team. That's what I mean. You guys are the same team, but it comes in as a light blue, is a little sparkly, silvery too. Okay, thank you.
Thelma had a question. I did put your website into, no, can you hear me? Okay. I did put your website, mediumkim.com. Isn't that what it is? If you want a private reading, yes, go to mediumkim.com and Medium Kim will give you one. Okay. Anybody. And obviously go over to her. If you put in Medium Kim, just Medium Kim in YouTube, it comes to some other Medium Kim. So you have to put Medium Kim Copeland, I believe, right?
Okay, well, if you just put it all in one word, Medium
Okay.
Kim, it will work that way too. Or you can say
Okay.
Medium Kim Copeland. You can do it that way too.
Yeah,
I know it's kind of confusing because there's another Medium Kim out there.
there is. Yeah. I've got moderation here for you, Suzanne. Look at the colors around this beautiful lady. Yeah, awesome.
Those are
Yeah.
the colors. And
Those are the colors.
look at the wings. See the wings of the hummingbird.
Oh,
Those are messengers from the spirit world. That's exactly it.
wow.
That's it.
That's awesome. Look at even the hummingbird there.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. The messenger.
Ooh.
She's a
Ooh, now
messenger.
I got
I know.
goosebumps.
She's a messenger from the angels.
Yep. Yep. Awesome. Okay. Here's the last one for today. CCAT 0217.
Aloha. Sea cat. Well, huh. I see a darker blue. I feel like you have like a strong energetic field and a very determined field. And it's like an indigo. And I feel like you're very grounded, by the way, too. And also, no, I am seeing there's a balance. Heaven and earth is what I feel. You're grounded and heaven. And I see this coming together strong. I don't know how strong, but I feel like there's a whole energy of strength and determination to do the right thing. I feel like it's about doing the right thing. And also, I get this impression as well. I'm sorry that you would take people under your wing to help. You're a helper of other people. And I also feel like you're very psychic. I'm getting the indigo blue with the psychic. So I hope that means something to you.
Look at that. Expectation, CCAT. All the colors around. And the wings. See the wings she was talking about. Enfolding others. You're just waiting. You're waiting. You're ready, but waiting. You're just waiting for things to come to you, but you are on the right path. And I think your expectation will come to reality from what Kim said about you.
Yeah, I just feel that strong. I'll notice that being in that picture is very strong.
Very strong.
So I feel like that's her. I hope that makes sense.
Well, hello, Arlene. We're glad you're here, even though we're right at the end of this thing. But there was something that Hope said about having a black aura.
Oh.
So I'm going to ask you, is that what you have, what this person has, or
Does Hope have a black aura?
She said she did. Back
Usually when
here.
somebody's sick, when somebody's about to transition or they're sick, it turns more gray. I
Yeah.
wouldn't know about black.
All right.
Just like my soul. No, that is that now. Okay, first of all, let's get away from that. because that reminds me of death.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
transition, or new change. Let's just see hope. No, I see dark blue.
Okay.
I don't see black.
Dark blue
I
is
see radiant.
isn't that it's an indigo color and it means fidelity.
To spirit.
Yeah. Yeah. It does. Yeah.
Interesting. Never have I seen a black or a
No?
maybe gray. Well, I mean, I see the black things.
I have here that you're in motion, so maybe you've already flipped from black to blue. Interesting.
Let's all
But
send her some blue.
black does have every color in it. That's very true.
That's true.
And so that would be a very well-balanced person, right? It really would be if you thought of it that way anyway. I know you're laughing at us, but anyway, we just wanted to send you love and let you know that we don't think your soul is black, and we hope it is that you that you enjoyed this. So.
Well, and maybe we're all going through a little black period right now.
We are.
And we can breathe in a beautiful color, whatever color we want, and to bring the healing. By the way, I'm having a color class starting Monday.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I just want to say that I'm going to be back today at 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern time with 5 tarot readers, and we're going to read stories out of tarot cards. We're just going to work as a group. It's something different that never been done that I've seen, if it has. And tomorrow I have two of your wonderful students from your medium class, who was Jean Alabri and Terry Suzuki. So they'll be here tomorrow, and they're going to be practicing their skills, just so everybody knows. So thank you so much.
Thank
Have a
you
wonderful
all.
weekend, everybody.
Thank
Take
you.
care of
Thank you.
yourself.
Blessings, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye. See you next
Bye-bye,
week.
everyone. See you next week.